Hello, I am Councilmember muirdavis. I'm running again for City Council District 1. Let me share with you my vision for Laverne that is focused on sustainability. First, my story. I grew up in Laverne and attended the Bonita Unified Schools from kindergarten through Bonita High School. My parents and their parents also lived in Laverne for many years. Both my grandfathers worked for Laverne College many years ago. I have owned a business in Laverne. I have left Laverne for college and again for my working career. I have returned each time because I cherish Laverne. This is a very special city and community for me. I'm running for City Council because service is strongly emphasized in my faith-based tradition. I wish to continue serving my community as a council member and be a voice for our community. My vision is to support sustainable solutions. The Laverne Metro Station is an example where my vision of sustainability provides an opportunity that will require creative thinking, collaboration, and community engagement. The station will be a mix of residential and retail space, one that is vibrant and entertaining and welcoming to visitors of the university, Fairplex, or Old Town. But it will also be active and busy in a way that would be discouraging to transients and homeless. They'll choose another station to depart. Those transients, though, that do arrive will be served by our public services and public safety by either Tri-City Mental Health, Hope for Home, or other local services. Addressing these services and needs is a model that is sustainable financially, environmentally, and maintains our cultural quality of life where the services are provided locally by our public safety and public services. I also want to address districting, which is new to our city this year. We heard from residents that it was time to move from an at-large voting model to districts. And the California Voting Rights Act in 2001 made it clear that an at-large method was not sustainable. Now, we could have decided to go with 4 districts with an at-large mayor or with 5 districts, but the purpose of the California Voting Rights Act is to create a strong connection between residents and voters with their representative. And I feel that 5 districts makes that relationship stronger and is more fair, because then each district neighborhood would have 1 representative voice on council to vote, whereas a 4-district system with an at-large mayor would mean that 3 districts would have 1 vote on council and 1 district would actually have 2 votes, both the council member and the mayor. And that 2 votes versus 1 would be discouraging and potentially disenfranchise the voters in the other districts. Finally, I want to say that I ask you to vote for me and support me for a 2nd term on City Council. I believe that I bring a strong collaboration and consensus drive for a financial and environmental sustainability, as well as maintaining our services locally. Thank you very much.
My name is Stephen Frank Johnson, and I'm running for City Council in District 1. I have a history of service to the community. I am a Laverne business owner and have been a member of Laverne Rotary for 38 years, having served twice as president. I have served 8 years on the Laverne City Council from 2003 to 2011. I have served on the Hillcrest Board for a total of 10 years. When my second 4-year term on the Hillcrest Board was completed, I was asked by management to extend my term. Hillcrest was in a financial crisis, and I was able to help Hillcrest financially to become sustainable. My service demonstrates my leadership. I am proud to be endorsed by the Laverne Firefighters Association and the majority of the Bonita Unified School District Board. I am running for office because of a City Council action that happened this past November. The City Council was considering how they would implement district voting. I pleaded to the Council to have 4 districts with an elected mayor, but Council members muirdavis, Robin Carter, and Wendy Lau chose the 5-district model, which eliminated our ability to have an elected mayor. This current model gives us only 1 vote for 1 council member every 4 years. What could have happened, and what I was pleading for, is a model where we could vote for our mayor every 2 years. and our district council member every 4 years. I believe voting for our leaders is the cornerstone of our democracy. Furthermore, in 1972, an election was held in Laverne where residents were asked, shall the electors elect a mayor and 4 city council members? And shall that term of office for mayor be for 2 years or 4 years? Many of you may remember this election. Laverne voters chose to have an elected mayor for a 2-year term. I am here today because just as in 1972, I believe this decision should have been made by the people. I aim to restore your vote for an elected mayor. I respectfully ask for your vote to represent District 1 as your city council member. Thank you.
Hello everybody, my name is Joe Gabaldon and I'm looking to become the next city council member serving all of Laverne. Laverne is a great place. It's the best place on the planet. It's that way for many reasons. We have great weather. We enjoy a quiet bedroom community. We sit far enough away from the big city that we aren't overwhelmed by it, yet close enough to economically benefit from it. We have a family-first heritage that is unique and provides a point of difference from the communities around us. We are protected by a best-in-class police department. We are cared for by a great fire department. We are served by the city staff that takes their work in Laverne personal. And most importantly, we are made up of a body of people who are considerate of each other, share with each other, and look out for each other. That is what makes Laverne special, and I want to preserve everything about it. Please vote for Joe. Thank you very much.
Let me start off by saying we, the people. It is a phrase that I've been pushing and will continue to push over the last few weeks. What we have and what we will continue to have is a very unique situation for this voting cycle. It's a cycle where many of us believe in the same thing. We believe that many of the voters have been shortchanged and that a right has been taken away from us. The right to vote for mayor. Now, most of you know me as Rich Gill, and it's really unique that in this point I'm in front of the camera rather than behind, because most of you do see me behind the camera during the city council meetings. But I do feel it's important that you get an understanding of who I am. In 2020, I also ran because I believed, and still do, that transparency is very necessary when it comes to our council. And honesty is also an attribute that we need to have. When we lie or when we change or alter the truth, it will come back. And when the people see it, it's going to hurt. We need to be able to make the adjustments that work with the people and support the people as we see fit. Districting has made a unique change in this situation. First off, I am against districting. I didn't think we needed it. There is no law in the electrical code or the election code that says it's required. The only word that I saw that may have anything is if. If is a big word. And if you look back at some of the city council meetings, you heard the spirit of the law. That's not the fact of the law. You have to understand that. In 1972, the people of Laverne voted for a mayor for a 2-year term. Remember this. They voted for that mayor. And they voted for the councilman for a 4-year term. That became law. And in 2021, in a 3-2 vote, that law was changed by the city council. We need to correct that ability to make those changes. And the only way to do that is to make the right choices when the ballots are mailed to each and every one of us. We need to understand District 1, District 3, and District 4. You have to identify and know that if you make a choice, especially in District 1, that choice will affect all of Laverne. So please consider your choices wisely. Many of us are trying to establish that the people of Laverne can no longer vote for mayor. Hopefully, when you see this video, you will understand that. I'm Rich Gill. Good night.
Hello, I'm Stella Maldonado, and I'm running for City Council in District 4. Before I begin, I just want to take a minute to thank LVTV for the great work they're doing here. You're educating our community, and you're keeping democracy strong, so thank you. A little bit about me. I came to the city of Laverne 23 years ago with 2 wonderful sons. They were little, and so soon we found ourselves engaging in the programs and educational classes that the city offered. It was a great opportunity to bond with my children and make new friends. I found that throughout every sport that my sons wanted to engage in, I ended up somehow being a coach or an AYSO referee. So I had to learn the sports along with them. As they grew up and they went through the public school system, first through Oak Mesa and then Ramona Elementary and then through Bonita High School, again, their passion was also in water polo. So I was very active in the Boosters Club as a member of the board of directors and a team mom for the boys water polo team, Go Bearcats, for several years. Now I find myself with a little bit more time to really live life to my core values, the value of paying it forward and helping others. And it is that has driven me to make the decision to run for City Council. The City of Laverne is a wonderful place, has been and continues to be, and that's because of the thoughtfulness that goes into designing the programs and the services for the residents. But that is not to say that we have no challenges to address. For example, there continues to be an inflow of the unhoused coming into our city. I know that there's a program that I've learned about, but bottom line, it just needs, it's not really working, and I think it's an opportunity for us to get creative and reach out to other existing resources, knock at the door of the county supervisor and organizations like LASA, and help them help us. The other concern, as I go around talking to my neighbors in District 4 and throughout the city, is the arrival of the train station. There is public safety concerns, and I think they're valid, but we can very well turn that as a very positive pillar to our community, inviting friends from other cities to come and eat at our restaurants and shop in our stores. I come with 30 years of as a successful technologist. I have a bachelor's of science in computer information systems, and what I do for work, for a living, is I manage the recovery of enterprise data centers. That requires me to have really good collaboration relationships with executives, with technical experts, with vendors, with the business representatives. And that is why I'm successful in my job. That skill set can very well translate into being an effective council member for the city of Laverne. It's not just running, coming up with a solution and implementing it. I think it's also very important to assess our performance. I do that for work. I am highly, I'm highly accountable in my projects at work, and so should be the city council. How did we perform in that last program that we delivered to the community? What went well, what didn't go well? Those are important questions, and the only way that we can guarantee to improve the quality through the years. I look forward to being part of that working team and helping deliver and keep the city of Laverne being the great small town, inviting, beautiful city that we've come to love, but not sacrificing innovative solutions that will allow us to deal with a third year of drought that we're entering, or for example, understanding the technology that could be brought into the city that could make our lives easier and more convenient. I am for keeping our way of life very family-oriented, safe, inviting, but I want us to be the best city that we can be for my children and your children and their children. So with that, I would like to say, vote for me. I am ready to work on June 7th, Stella Maldonado, District 4. Thank you.